Taurus, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me. I'm going to pull you some cards, my loves. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm just going to pull each position, give a brief summary of the kind of surface energies, and then we're going to dig underneath each position, okay? These readings are taking quite a while because I like to dig. I'm an exceptionally nosy person, it appears. But I want to get answers for you, you know. Well, when I say answers, I don't mean definitive answers. Tarot's not here to tell you what to do. I'm certainly not here to tell you what to do, just to offer you new ways of thinking about it and your situation, different angles of viewing your situation, try and get you some clarity as to what's going on for you. It's a collective reading, okay? Ooh, I'm reaching for light seers, that's interesting. It's a collective reading. Oh, God, I've just got this reverse Six of Wands-ness that's going on in your energy, so I don't know if that's going to come out. I don't know if it's you or someone around you who's not wanting to be seen or is afraid to be seen by the world almost. Anyway, sorry, it's just coming through really strong. Collective reading, okay. Take the bits that resonate, leave the rest. It might not be your full story that comes out. It just might be that little bits apply for you and give you that clarity that you need. Sometimes it's your full story, but not always. Yeah. I'm not particularly pulling on any area of life, okay, when I do these reads. They are verging towards kind of love and relationships at the moment. I think that's because that's how I find it easiest to explain the energies. But really the energies are the energies, and they could apply to work, career, whatever, and sometimes that does come through. You'll get it when you see the style of the readings. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Okay, what's at the heart of the matter for Taurus, please? What's at the heart of the matter for Taurus? No, I don't want two cards, thank you. What's at the heart of the matter for Taurus, please? Thank you. Two of Wands. Are you trying to make a decision about something? Smack bang in the centre of your read. What's the challenge, please? What's the challenge? I'll take the Death card. And I'll take that as what's above you. So your challenge is death. This decision would bring about an ending, which of course will allow for a new beginning. It's not just the Death card. Well, in this deck it's not, but even when it's not specifically written as death and rebirth, that is always what it is. Death is a clearing of the way. I feel like you're reluctant to bring about an ending. Surrounding you, above you, is the energy of the moon. I'm reading that as fear right now. You're afraid of change, transformation. Death is very transformative, but it's in your challenge position. You're afraid of that change, and it's stopping you making a decision. Okay, let's look at your exiting energies. Stars flipped. I've noted that. I don't know, it didn't fall. Exiting energies, please, for Taurus. Page of Swords. You've been thinking about this matter. You've been even doing research. But it's starting to feel like the research is coming to an end and the action needs to take place. Indeed, the Two of Wands does come before the Three of Wands. Two of Wands is the planning. Three of Wands is the beginnings of action. With this Page of Swords exiting, it sort of feels like the time for research is over. And it's time to do. Recent past, please, for Taurus. Recent past for Taurus. Ace of Swords. Clarity. Yeah, that makes sense why I read the moon as fear. Because I don't always read the moon as fear. The moon can be that illusion and that lack of clarity. But I just wasn't quite feeling it when that came out. I do believe in the recent past you've had a moment of clarity, and it's like, so I said you were struggling to make a decision, but I think actually in a sense. Inside you, emotionally, the decision has been made. It's maybe just not been vocalized, or action hasn't been taken to put this decision into reality, because you've been researching. And I do feel like this is, you know, looking things up, Googling things, getting the right facts. How do I do this? How do I put this into action? But also, it's like the research that you've done has brought about some sort of internal epiphany for you. Like, sometimes with this light on the Ace of Swords, it can feel like stuff's coming in to hit you as an epiphany, and sometimes it feel like it's very much generated within you. Here it feels like it's very much been generated within you, but via some sort of intellectual knowledge that you found out. I don't know what this pertains to. We'll find when we dig. Near future, please. Near future for Taurus. Near future for Taurus, please. Thank you. Reversed Hierophant. Okay, this could literally be the end of a marriage for some of you. Hierophant is a card of marriage, or at least a high-level commitment. That could be what the decision pertains to end a high-level commitment, end a marriage. Feels like your heart's not been in it for some time. It's just a matter of how do I exit it. Intellectually, you know what you want to do. It's clear to you. It's clear to you. There's fear surrounding it. There's fear surrounding it. But not very much illusion. Really weird. Very unusual for me to read the moon like that. Well, it's not unusual for me to read the moon as fear, but normally it's fear and illusion. But there's a kind of strange clarity about this moon. Weird. Of course, we are in a full moon right now as I'm recording this. Yeah. Interesting. We'll find out more about this Hierophant when we get under it. It's not going to be as simple as a marriage breakup for all of you, necessarily. It could be a rejection of cultural imposition, let's say. A rejection of values that you feel have been forced upon you. Okay, so this is an extreme example to explain the energy, and I doubt it will actually apply to anyone, but it feels a bit like leaving a cult, or leaving the church, or leaving your religion behind. And there's fear surrounding that. Okay, strengths. What's Taurus's strengths, please? Thank you. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So if this is a marriage, this is a recognition that it's just not working anymore. In a practical way. You see this, all this family. So when it's Ten of Pentacles upright, it's like harmonious, a happy home, a happy marriage. It doesn't have to, the couple don't have to be married, but happy family. It's in your strengths, it's reversed, it's the recognition that you're not happy in this practical situation. It pertains to a sort of living situation, probably for a lot of you. Recognition that you're not happy in it, that's your strengths. Surrounding energies that you might not be aware of. King of Pentacles. This is your own experience, your own wisdom, your own knowledge. I feel like you're not as in touch with it as you could be. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears, please. Hopes, loyalty as well. Loyalty to yourself. Hopes and fears, please. Hopes and fears, please. Yeah. Five of Cups is a sense of loss. Loss of what we will find out, because I don't necessarily feel like it's an emotional loss, because I feel like your heart's not been in this for some time, Taurus. A loss of certainty, a loss of security actually is the way it's coming through, which is a bit strange for the Five of Cups. It very much feels linked to this fear. There's such a colour match in these cards. And it sort of feels like, well, what will happen? And I'm just getting the sense that you've poured quite a lot into this already. You've poured quite a lot into this situation already, but it feels like you've poured it down the drain. Like, almost like the juice has been sucked out of you by this situation. Outcome, please. Outcome, please, for Taurus. Not the sexiest card to have in your outcome, my loves, is it? But we'll get underneath it. It's giving us something to work with at least. It feels stormy. It feels difficult. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I pulled the Five of Swords for your outcome. But we don't sugarcoat shit here. And it is what it is, but we will get under it and we will find out how to work with it, hey? I do feel like this is you now. And this is like some part of you that's in the light. And hopefully when we look at this and dig under it, we can find out how to more get you in this energy of... Because this does feel quite free. And I always view this person as kind of stood on a mountain. Even though it looks like the sea, they're stood on a mountain or an island or something. There is solid ground beneath their feet. Whereas here, this person, we can't even see their feet. They're not very grounded. So the outcome energy, it feels like what the universe is asking us to look at is how can we move Taurus to this position of freedom. All right, let's get under this Two of Wands then. Let's go back to the beginning and see what we can do for you. Can you see the cards okay? You can see them well enough. Right, Two of Wands for Taurus, the heart of the matter, a decision, but it feels like a decision's been made, it's just not enacted. I just feel like she knows where she wants to go. She knows she wants to leave this wand behind and move forward with this wand. She knows there's a world of opportunity out there for her, away from a certain situation, away from a marriage for a lot of you. Or some sort of structure that's been identified as not healthy. It could be a job whereby you know the structures are just restricting you. Okay. Tell me more about this Two of Wands for Taurus, please. Tell me more about Two of Wands for Taurus. Thank you. Seven of Wands. You can't stand up for your own needs in the situation that you are currently in. Your light is being dimmed in the situation that you're currently in. Seven of Wands upright is so passionate and not just standing up for your rights, but standing up for the rights of others. It's reversed. It's not happening. You're too restricted. Like I said, you're too restricted. The devil, the devil, the devil. The Eight of Wands. The devil and the Eight of Wands underneath this Two of Wands, underneath this decision. You are bound to this situation in a way that feels very restricted. I'm going to say it again. The devil is that feeling of being bound. But you know what you want to do. It's just a matter of how do I do it. Eight of Wands is coming through to me as travel. It's not very often that the Eight of Wands actually comes through to me as travel, but it is a very traditional meaning of the card, especially in this deck. It doesn't often come through as travel, but look at that globe. What did I say about the whole world being in your hands? There's places you want to go, and that might be metaphorical, but I think it's literal for a lot of you. There's places you want to go, but you are held back by this devil. This devil energy of being bound in a situation that well, you certainly feel stuck in it. It feels very restrictive. There's no room to breathe. The whole world's out there for you, and you know it. Your movement is, yeah, Eight of Wands is movement, but you can't. It's attached to a devil. This energy of movement's attached to a devil. You're bound. You're bound, my loves. Okay. Death, rebirth is your challenge. Let's get under it. Where am I going then? Light seers again. Unusual. Tell me more about this death card for Taurus. A fear of change. It's very transformative, but tell me more about this death card for Taurus, please. What did I say? No wonder they were telling me to go to this deck. It's just backing up what I've already said, my loves. I'm sorry. This is one of the most difficult energies in tarot as far as I'm concerned. Eight of Swords and Ten of Wands. You desire that change, you desire that transformation. Part of you's scared of it, but moreover, part of you just feels so bound and so restricted. It's right there. I couldn't have, if I'd gone through all these cards consciously to try and deliberately pick an image to get across what I've already been saying, I could not consciously have chosen a better card to try and get this across to you. And it's like you don't know who you are to a certain extent, because there's this idea of a mirror in this card. It's like you look in the mirror and you just don't know who you are anymore. Oh, it's cheery. I'm sorry, Taurus. I've got to say it as I see it. Hopefully through this reading, you know, you can like uncover the options that are available to you. All right? We'll see. We'll get there, my loves. We'll get there. Any more for the death card, please, for Taurus? Any more for the death card for Taurus? I did say there was this reverse Six of Wands energy. It's this fear of being seen by the world somehow. To be honest, I can't really quite tie it into what I've already said. I don't want the world to see me. I don't think that they'd understand. Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Reverse Judgment. See this in this particular deck. It's like she's pleading for liberation. You see how this figure here seems so liberated and free, but this figure here seems so pleading. She's sort, I don't know, it's an interesting one. She's pleading, but then at this, do you know what? I don't know how to explain this. I feel like the image on this card, it's like you've caught her in this exact moment between pleading and surrender. I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry. I don't feel I've got that message across to you in the best way. That's the best way I can put it. The Six of Wands energy, though. So part of this fear that we saw with the moon, you see how upright, look, she's seen by the world. She's kind of adored by her audience, which is a sort of a metaphorical way of trying to explain what I'm getting across. So, but almost you don't know who you are in that Eight of Swords energy, so how can you even show yourself to the world? But it's almost like that fear of being seen by the world is even preventing you from acknowledging who you are. Judgments, other people's judgment. I will say a lot of the judgment is coming from this reverse Hierophant situation that you're in, that you want to leave. You've decided you want to leave. That Two of Wands, that decision has been made. But it's like you take that judgment from that person and you sort of extrapolate it outwards. And so that feeling of restriction that you experience within this structure, whether it's a marriage or a job, you almost extrapolate it outwards to the world. It's like, I'm not safe in this structure, nor is the world safe. I am not safe to be seen by the world. It's that reverse Six of Wands energy that I felt as soon as I sat down to do your read. Well, I say that, I've been contemplating doing this read all day, and I've been feeling it in the hours running up to the read, which is something I probably need to keep in check, to be honest, because I should not be in the energy of the readings outside of the readings. But, well, should I not? I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Let's look at this fear then. This moon energy, I think we've spoken quite a lot about it. I'm going to go to this deck, which is kind of a slight twist on Rider-Waite. I don't know what they call it. I've forgotten. I don't understand how different it really is from the Rider-Waite, to be honest. It just seems a bit more orange. I genuinely don't get it. I feel like I'm missing something. Anyway, still it works. It does its job. Try and find out what's at the root of your fear. I don't know if we've already said it all. A lot of it's about being seen. Tell me more about the moon, please. Two of Swords. Ten of Pentacles reverse, which takes us down to your strengths. You're worried you don't have the strength. It's a bit of a catch-22, because this situation saps the strength out of you, but you need strength to get out of it, and you're afraid that you don't have the strength. I realise that's a far out way of reading the Ten of Pentacles, but it just took me right down here to your strengths. I'm feeling this Two of Swords energy as a sort of internal battle with yourself. Yeah, it is a card of making a decision, but your decision's been made. This is an internal battle with yourself. You can't see your own strengths. You're blinded to your own strengths to a certain extent. So yes, you're afraid. It's like you don't have the strength. Or you don't know if you've got the strength. Justice. So you're afraid of stuff that is attached to like officialdom, if you know what I mean. This could be about it feels sort of paperworky. Divorce proceedings, say. Splitting assets. That would explain the Ten of Pentacles reverse as well, because this could be, you know, this is like your assets, your home ownership, stuff like that. Or if, you know, whatever practical ties you have to this situation. So if it's a job, you know, this is I don't know, sorting out the wages and the tax and tying up all those sorts of loose ends. If it's a marriage, it's, you know, how do you split the assets? What do I do financially? So quite practical concerns tied up to this fear that's the moon is bringing in for us here. Yes, you can't see how to deal with it. You can't see a way of dealing with it. There's a lot of unknowns about how you would deal with that side of things. Paperwork. Dealing with any legal matters that tie up to this situation. Yeah. Legal and practical matters that are tied to this situation. Okay, exiting energy then. So initially we talked about research. Tell me more about this Page of Swords, please. Tell me more about this Page of Swords. Temperance reversed, Four of Pentacles reversed. You've been researching this for a long time with Temperance. A long time. You've been trying to work out stuff around the legal things pertaining to this for a long time. Why is the Four of Pentacles here, please? Why is the Four of Pentacles here? King of Wands. This feels like someone else's greed. That's why it's coming through to me. Four of Pentacles is hanging on tightly to things. And it feels like hanging on tightly to money. Here. Unusual for stuff to come through like that to me. Pentacles isn't just about money. And I suppose here it isn't just about money. It could be, you know, other resources, assets, I don't know, cars, houses, I don't know. I'm not loving this King of Wands energy. It's not your energy. I can just... It's just coming across as someone who's quite entitled. A feeling of entitlement. This is mine. This is mine. This house is mine. It's in your exiting. It's in your exiting. It's in your exiting, but I don't feel it exiting. That's not very smooth, is it? It's not very smooth of me. What's going on here? It's all under a Page of Swords. It's all under a Page of Swords. Which suggests a curiosity. As well as doing the research, it suggests a curiosity. Right. Okay, I don't want you to take what I've just said about this King of Wands figure being greedy and saying what he said as a prediction of how things are going to pan out. This is an exiting energy, and I don't do hard and fast predictions anyway. I don't think it's a helpful thing really to do in a collective reading. Yes, stuff comes through, but I always highly caveat it because I try to be as responsible as I can be. Certainly in an exiting position, this isn't predictive anyway. So, but this is things that you have thought. So really, actually, what I'm seeing exiting, hopefully for you, is a sort of curiosity about how this person's going to react, a sort of curiosity about how greedy and entitled this person's going to be. Obviously, you have good reason to expect them to behave in this way. You know, whether it's your boss that you're walking away from, your job that you're walking away from, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, even a family member that you could currently be living with, something like that. You have every reason to believe they're going to behave like this. You've actually put a lot of intellectual effort into understanding their behaviour and understanding why they might behave like that. But I see that energy exiting. It's like the energy of curiosity towards their behaviour is exiting. And that's quite good to see. I don't really like to sit here and make judgments, but that feels healthy to me, to be letting go of that, because then it frees up some of your fears. It frees you up somewhat to take action with less worry attached to their behaviour. But of course, that worry is protective on your part. That worry is protective on your part. I totally understand why you do have to be aware of those issues, and you do, and I'm not saying you should let go of that, but what feels like it is being let go of here is a sort of, when it just goes round and round and round and round and round, and actually it's almost like you're trying to understand them in quite an emotional way. And I think detaching from that sort of repetitive rumination is something that will serve you well, and it looks to me a little bit like you are starting to do that here. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Past energy, recent past for Taurus. Okay, recent past for Taurus, please. Oh, I can see the moon. It's beautiful, but it is driving my cats absolutely mad, and I've been having the most crazy, vivid, predictive dreams. It's untrue. Right. Recent past for Taurus, please. Two of Cups. Well, yes. Yes. At one point it felt like a fair and reciprocal exchange. Recent past. This could almost be... No, this is someone else's energy. This is you. Nah, this is you with someone else. And that's allowed, and that's given you clarity. This is a relationship with someone else. I'm not saying you're having an affair or anything. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be found through friendship. This is someone who gets you. Someone who understands your circumstances, maybe someone who's been through something similar. And it's given you clarity, some sort of peace of mind. I don't know, yeah, I want to say peace of mind attached to this Ace of Swords. So that's, yeah. The Chariot. The Chariot. In your mind, you have a clear way forward. And this feels like a decision made. Chariot is a card of decision. In your recent past, it feels like a decision made. Under an Ace of Swords, it very much feels like a decision made. It's just the action isn't there yet. The Fool. The Fool. The decision's been made. You see? Look, she's taken that wand. Where are we? What did we open with? We opened with the Two of Wands. And I said, look, the decision's been made to leave this one behind and take this wand and go and explore the world. That is very, very much Fool energy. And I'm actually drawn as well to this single wand that's present in the Six of Wands, which we don't always see a single wand like this present in the Six of Wands either. A decision has been made. This is a new beginning. And it does have that air of removing the fear of being seen and heard and showing yourself to the world and in a new way. I don't want the world to see me. Look, the world, the world, the world. I don't want the world to see me. I don't know if that song's of some significance to you. That it's called Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. If you're my age, you must have heard it. Anyone who's our age, well, maybe, I don't know if it was, did it? Certainly in the UK anyway. It's such a 90s classic. I don't know if like it was popular in America, or I don't know. I don't want the world to see me. I don't think that they'll understand. Maybe they won't fucking understand, Taurus, but fuck that, right? The world don't understand me either. Some of us... we just have to do things even if we're not going to be understood. Do you think half my friends and family know I run a bloody tarot channel? Do you? Do you? No. I might just tell them though. But, I mean, and that is... what energy was I in when I started this channel? Sorry, I am speaking from my own personal experience now. I hope it's not too indulgent of me. I'm being a reverse Six of Wands now. But, just to give you an example, that's what Fool energy is. That's the energy I was in when I started this channel. Fuck it. Fuck it if I'm seen and not understood. I'm going to show myself to the world anyway. Fuck it. I'm going to walk down the new path anyway. Recent past here. You are embracing that energy you in a sort of pre-Fool way, because I don't see any action as yet for most of you. Because it's all under an Ace of Swords, which is very much thoughts in my head. Thoughts in Taurus's head. But I can see you imagining the steps in your head. I can see you imagining driving this chariot forward. I can see you imagining taking this leap of faith. Put that 2 wands back. Okay. Hierophant. Hierophant. Let's get under this Hierophant in your near future. Oh, I think I need to like get some chocolate on hand or something for when I'm doing these readings. It takes it out of you in a way that I feel only chocolate can repair. Anyway, that's just me. Right, Taurus. Hierophant, please, in the near future. Hierophant in the near future. Daughter of Pentacles. Tentative action. Very tentative action. If it was upright, it would be very tentative action. This is a new thing to you. You've not done this before. You've not ended a job like this before. You've not ended a marriage like this before. All this justice stuff, all this legal stuff, all this practical stuff, it's new to you. If it was upright, it'd be tentative. If it's reversed, as it has come out, it's super tentative. The Magician. You do have all the resources to make this happen. That's what the Magician card says. That's what the Magician card is. Look, he's got all the resources. He's got the Swords, the Pentacles, the Cups, the Wands. You know, the reason, the logic, the practical resources, the time, the money, the effort. The Cups, the emotional stability, the right feeling, the lining up of the other elements with the feeling, and then the inspiration and the creativity to take it forward. All the elements that you need to be able to take action, to be able to get yourself out from under whatever structure this Hierophant represents for you, be it a marriage, a job, some sort of, feels hierarchical, as in the name, you know? Someone's got power over you in this situation, but you can get out from under it. You have the resources to get out from under it. The Magician wouldn't be here otherwise. And maybe in the near future it is your realisation that you have that. But I'm telling you now, you have that. I'm telling you now, I can see it. That card wouldn't have come out otherwise, my loves. Anything else about the Hierophant in the near future, please? Anything else about the Hierophant in the near future, please? Do I really want that many cards? I'm just going to take the first one that fell because the first one felt right. The Four of Wands in reverse. So this structure, be it a job, a marriage, whatever, that the Hierophant represents, It's in reverse. So upright, the Four of Wands, very stable. This there's a certain stability. It's better the devil you know. I could just leave it there, I suppose, couldn't I? But I'm not. I'm going to say a load of words to over-explain it, as I do. Look at the colour match between the Magician and the Four of Wands. That orange and that yellow. I've never noticed that before. A lot of your see how the Magician, you see how with the Magician I was saying you have all the resources to do this. You feel like a lot of your resources are in fact very tied to this structure, to this reversed Hierophant, whatever that energy means to you. But you can generate them within yourself. You can. The Magician wouldn't be here otherwise. The Magician is a manifester. The Magician makes things happen. The Magician has everything he needs to make things happen. You might not be a he. It doesn't matter. We go with the sex of the energy on the card when we speak and we explain these energies. It doesn't matter though. Four of Wands reversed. You feel like all your resources, that you feel the means. It's like a bit of a catch-22. You feel like, which we've mentioned before, the means to get you out of this situation are very much tied up within this situation. It's that feeling. It's like, well, I need the money. Let's use money as an example. I need X amount of money to get out of this situation, but my money is tied up within the situation. Something like that. But also there's a sense of stability within this situation, but it is a stability that's brought about by someone having power over you. So yes, if someone has power over you in a job or a marriage or whatever, yes, that does provide a certain amount of stability. Four of Wands style. Four of Wands was reversed. I mean, don't get me started on me and reversals. I don't really read them, actually. It's just that I can't keep my decks in order, but whatever. But then I can see that it comes across as I do read them, and I kind of do read them. But anyway, that's completely by the by, and you don't need to know any of this. And I'm sorry. Or maybe you do. Everything that comes out for a reason. Are you the type of person that finds themselves over-explaining a lot, Taurus? Probably that's what this situation does to you, though. You find yourself over-explaining like a fucking child, where it should be an equal relationship, you know, but someone's got power over you here. The power over you comes with a certain amount of stability. And I can see that you don't necessarily believe you do have the correct resources to get out from underneath this. The cards say you do. The Magician says you do. But moreover, you have to say you do. Because I'm not here to dictate shit to you. I'm just here to give you a way of thinking about things that hopefully helps you improve your life and make good decisions. And yeah. Let's see what's underneath this Ten of Pentacles then in your strengths. Strengths for Taurus, please. Tell me more about the Ten of Pentacles reversed for Taurus's strengths, please. That's hilarious. So we've got another repeat card, Justice. See, so I was just looking up here, because you've got two reversed Ten of Pentacles. I was just looking up here as I was pulling on this. And then that Justice card that is attached to the Ten of Pentacles up there. It's a shame you can't see my cards better. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do the setup, but because to me, like, oh, when I see all this laid out, the energies, and I'm sure if you could see it, you would feel the energies as well, because it's not just me. I'm sure it's not. Yeah. Anyway, your strengths. So all this paperwork stuff, all this legal stuff, what I'm seeing here is you do have the strength. You do have the strength. God, that's so funny, because as soon as that came out, I started talking about strength, didn't I? I'm repeating myself. I'm repeating myself because the energies are repeating, and that's so, because I've never done that before. I've never pulled that and started talking about strength, not without the actual strength card coming out. Yeah, oh my God, it's uncanny. Tarot really is an amazing tool, isn't it? It really is. That's what I've said. You've got the strength to deal with, you know, all this bloody admin shit, this legal shit, this officialdom shit that pertains to a splitting of assets or breaking away from a job, whatever it is for you. You've got the strength to do it. You have. And you've got the resources, the inner resources. I can hear some of you going, but I don't, Natasha. Where do I get my money from? I don't know, my love, so I'm just telling you what the cards say. And it's a collective reading, isn't it? So, yeah. Yeah. Take what resonates, leave the rest if this reading... Well, you wouldn't be here still if this reading wasn't for you. But I'm telling you, the universe is on your side. Tell me more about the strengths for Taurus, please. Tell me more about Taurus's strengths, please. Excuse me when I throw my cards everywhere. Reverse King of Swords, Temperance. Yeah. I feel like your strength here is also your weakness, I'll be honest. I'm seeing this Temperance attached to this King of Swords energy. I'm seeing this King of Swords reversed as the person, the job, the thing that you are wanting to cut ties with here. And it ties me back to Temperance over here. You've been so patient with them for so long. They feel like they speak to you very bluntly. So often with the King of Swords, there's like this fake commitment to the truth that someone uses as an excuse to speak very bluntly, very unkindly. Like, I have a commitment to the truth, okay? I'm the Queen of Swords. It's in my channel name, even though I'm a Virgo and I'm not a Libra, whatever. So I've got a few Libra placements. 2 maybe. Pluto. My Pluto's in Libra. Well, that's a generational thing. I think that spans about 8 years. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Why am I going on about this? It doesn't matter. You can tell the truth without being really fucking cruel and unkind for no reason. But it's like they place this false value on the truth such that they will just be just rude, unkind, cruel, cutting, contemptuous. And I feel like you've been patient with this energy for so long. And that's coming up as a strength. And yes, there's a commitment here, there's a hierophant here, there's some level of commitment here, whether it be to a job, a marriage, whatever. So yes, in a sense, and I've been in this position myself, my loves, how else do you think I give these examples? In a sense, that's to be commended, that patience, because you made a commitment and you're following that commitment through the best way. But you have to know when it's unfair. And you have to have the strength to recognise when it's become unfair. Justice is also about fairness, balance. And you know it's not anymore. You know it's not anymore, my loves. So that strength and that weakness, I don't know, it sort of ties together. But then what is the sort of true strength is the ability to know when you need to stop doing this because it is not fair. But it's been going on for some time with the Temperance card. I saw that over there. Like I say, it's patience and it's understanding. What did we say back here when we were talking about Temperance with a King of Wands figure and a 4 of Pentacles? It's that desire to understand and maybe even empathise with where another person is coming from. Because you wanted to make it work. You wanted to keep to your part of the commitment. Not that they were doing by the looks of it. But you've tried for so long. And you know now what's fair. And how to treat yourself. King of Pentacles in your surrounding. Trust in your own experience. There's gaslighting taking place here. That's why you aren't trusting in your own experience. Don't bite me, please. I'm not in the mood. Can you go down there, sweetie? Tell me more about this King of Pentacles for Taurus, please. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles for Taurus, please. Honestly, Betty, you don't help. Prince of Swords, that's the Knight of Swords. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles, please. Oh, that's too many cards, but I'm going to take them. Two of Pentacles reversed. Yes. Come on, you. Two of Pentacles reversed. How do I put this decision into reality? Prince of Wands. Oh God, that's weird. Because when I first saw the Knight of Swords, it felt impulsive, and now this has just come out to back it up. Because I doubted myself when I felt that energy. I was like, what? How do I fit that into the rest of the read? What? But the universe is like, nah, you're right. You're right. Impulsiveness. What's that all about then? Ace of Cups reversed. The love is lost. Someone else's impulsiveness. You're afraid of someone else's impulsiveness, I think. How do I put things into action whereby I don't trigger someone else's impulsiveness? Oh God. That's proper walking on eggshell shit, my love. Isn't it? In your kind of surrounding energies. Your kind of environmental energies. Yeah. They drain you. Ace of Cups reversed. Feeling of being drained. This two of Pentacles card is screaming marriage at me again, purely because it's in a church. It's not balanced. There's no balance. Do you think they're tiptoeing around you, being that mindful of your feelings? No, you know they're not. You don't need me to tell you they're not. This links back to this patience, this research that you're starting to let go of, but I understand why it's safe for you to hold on to it, it's because of that sense of walking on eggshells. It's not very nice energy to have in your environment, my loves. And I'm sorry you're going through this. As I always say in my disclaimers on my videos, please seek out the relevant help relevant to your situation, okay? Do not make decisions based on the action on some random woman on YouTube pulling cards, okay? I try to deliver this as responsibly as I can, but please accept it as responsibly as you can as well. This feels tricky. This is not a fun reading to deliver. Okay. I can't say any more about that really than what I've said. It's not for me to say, but I can see that you are worried about setting someone else off, someone's anger, someone's impulsivity. So however that manifests in real life for you, that's going to be different for all of you. But, you know, obviously there's various ways that can manifest, and none of it much is pleasant, and I'm sorry to see it. I'm sorry to see it. Let's look at your hopes and fears, okay? 5 of Cups, yes. Loss. Time, love, emotion poured down the drain. Poured down the drain. Effort poured down the drain. Tell me more about this 5 of Cups, please, for Taurus. You're really trying to help, are you? Ah, because of course you are a Taurus, so why wouldn't you be here? Well, she's always blubbing here. I'm always telling her to come back when it's Taurus, and now she has. I've forgotten she's a Taurus. But you don't need to stand on my cards, do you? You don't. Okay, tell me more about the 5 of Cups for Taurus, please. Father of Swords upright. Same as the King of Swords. Ha! Hopes and fears. Oh. Okay, so for some of you, what I'm identifying here is that this King of Swords reverse character that we've discussed, that's cutting and not very nice and etc. Everything we said down here, I feel a hope in some of you that they will be an upright King of Swords, i.e. the positive aspects of that energy. Balance, thoughtful. Yes, they speak the truth, but they put a lot of care and thought into how they speak the truth, how it gets across. This sword here is about balance. They balance it with the emotions, the pentacles, the wands. I hate it when I go through the suits and I forget them. So there is a real hope in some of you that this person will change. I will say to you, the Temperance is attached to this reverse King of Swords. I will just reiterate that for you. You have been patient for so long. I think you know they're not going to change, my love. I think you know the decision feels like it's been made, if not in action, in mind. But I can see that some of you are still hoping that they will change. And I understand. I do understand. I'm not judging you. But you've got to ask yourself, how long have I been trying? And not just how long, but the amount of effort you've been putting into understanding and patience and empathy. This doesn't strike me as someone who's going to change. Hopes and fears, hopes and fears, hopes and fears for Taurus, please. Hopes and fears for Taurus. Seven of Cups, they keep you confused, they keep you on their toes, on your toes. This Father of Swords figure. Ah. But you're the Empress. This is your hopes. This is you blossoming. This is you blossoming in the future. And that's your hope. That you can blossom when you're away from this King of Swords energy. You can rid yourself of the confusion that this King of Swords energy is providing with you. The Empress is awesome. A prosperous, a sense of abundance, nurturing, a real nurturing ability. These two energies are linked. They came out together. You're held back from your Empress self at the moment. It's that feeling of restriction that we spoke about, right? But you know deep inside you, you can access this Empress energy. You can blossom. You can reach your potential. You're held back by it at the moment. You're held back by this King of Swords, by the confusion that they produce in you, by their contempt for you. You know, your Empress is kind of underneath this Seven of Swords energy. You're holding it back in yourself because you are afraid if you were to be seen by them, you would trigger some sort of impulsive reaction in them, some sort of anger in them. And then, as I've said, that fear is extending to the wider world of how other people see you, but not everyone, because you've got a Two of Cups down here, which allowed you to see this for what it is. So not everyone, but it is extending outwards to a certain extent. So this is your deepest hope. Your deepest desire is to step into that energy. It's a mothering energy as well, a nurturing energy. So some of you might be wanting to put this energy towards your children. I'm not for all of you, but some of you. There's children involved. But it could also be about nurturing your own projects. Like if this is about stepping away from a job for you. You've just got so much of that beautiful energy of growing things, of being able to grow things. And it's just behind a Seven of Swords for you at the moment, which is a bit of a sort of devil energy, a bit of a sort of moon energy or something like that, being held back. Because you've got to lose something to get there. You've got to lose an attachment to this King of Swords figure to get there. And there's pain attached to that. It's a Five of Cups because you've put so much time into it as well, I will say. You've poured so much time into it that it's about admitting to yourself the time lost as well. Yeah. Okay, let's look at your outcome. This Five of Swords didn't look cheeriest for your outcome, did it? Okay, an outcome for Taurus, please. Doesn't really feel right. So it's Queen of Swords upright. An outcome for Taurus, please. Tell me more about this Five of Swords. But we spoke about it being you stepping into that sort of energy, standing on sturdy ground. It's a bit of an island in a way, and it's a bit surrounded by storm in a way, but there's a sense of freedom. Healing. Okay. There's a recognition here that healing from this is going to take some time. What does that rune mean? I've never noticed that rune before on her arm, and I've got a rune sheet here. Oh, that rune isn't shown on my sheet. Oh, is it that one? Oh, it's this one. Is that right? Just give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Creation, wholeness, energetic burst, harmony, evolution. Creation, that Empress energy. It's creation. I'm drawn to the word creation. Creating a new nest for yourself, a new environment for yourself that's safe, where you feel free, And evolution, it might happen in stages. First of all, you might be on sturdy ground, on a mountain, but surrounded by a storm. But eventually, a cozy environment, nurturing environment, that's something you can create for yourself, and you can heal from what this person's done to you, what this situation's done to you. Tell me more about the outcome, please. Tell me more about the outcome for Taurus. The Empress again. So that Empress energy, like I said, it is available to you. It's a weak Empress energy because of the way it's coming in reversed. It's the beginnings of the energy. That's about as far forward as apparently we're going. It didn't come out upright, but... And I'm looking back at the moon because there's a moon card here. It's taking me back to that moon which represented your fears. I feel like there's a lot of fears in the way of you getting into this Empress energy. I mean, God, if I just sat here and told you everything was going to be great and you're going to get in your Empress energy just like that, that actually wouldn't be much use to you. So let's not sugarcoat it. I can say what I see. It's more helpful for me to tell you how to access that energy and tell you that, yes, some of your fears are in the way of that energy. A fear of the unfamiliar. I don't think this is familiar to you. Standing on a mountain, feeling free, waving your arms about freedom. Right, that's not familiar to you. Being seen. That reminds me of the... Oh my God. I have never noticed that before. Look at the similarities in those figures. They've both got their arms up. What did I say about that Six of Wands energy right at the beginning of your reading? I am here. See me because I am proud of me. I have done something to be proud of. Tell me more about this outcome energy for Taurus, please. Tell me more. Right, these are the final two cards, she says. Nine of Pentacles. You couldn't ask for better. You couldn't ask for better after everything we've said. Nine of Pentacles upright. Nine of Pentacles is that sense of liberation. It's fucking perfect, and I fucking love tarot. This is you in an independent energy. This is you sitting back, being proud of the environment you've created for yourself. It's at points like this I get quite frustrated in my own inability to translate the energies that are coming through, because it is stunning. And then you've got the Queen of Swords underneath. I'm seeing this Queen of Swords as you using your experience to help others at some point. And I'm just drawn to the red flags, because obviously there was a lot of red flags in this situation, and I just feel like it's helping others. Something to do with helping others to see red flags. Bizarre way of reading the Queen of Swords. I know it came out in reverse. I said that was my last card and I knew I was lying. Why has the Queen of Swords come out in reversed in the outcome, please? Page of Pentacles, showing other people the way. Showing other people the way. It's you using your experience to help other people. You getting out of this situation. It could actually provide like a... You are having to write your map as you go, though, somewhat. You're having to write your map as you go to get yourself out of this situation. But in writing of that map, it's almost like you can, to a certain extent, provide a way out for other people. I'm just getting the strongest energy of you helping other people with this eventually in your outcome, Taurus. I don't know how else to... Well, you are the Hierophant. The Hierophant is your card, and the Hierophant is a teacher. So, I mean, I don't necessarily mean a literal teacher like high school, secondary school, primary school, but more just using your knowledge to help others. I don't know. The Tower reversed. That's you really, 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 really getting to know yourself and really doing that internal work. And it's like through doing that internal work to get to know yourself, you can help other people get to know themselves in your outcome energy here. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for you. I really, really hope it made sense. I'm sure I've missed bits, but I have to cut myself off at some point, right? My own boundaries. I really hope that was helpful for you, Taurus. If you stuck around this long, thanks. And I hope you give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, give it a share. Let me know in the comments. God, I adore your comments. It just, you know, it is nice for readers to have positive feedback. And yeah, it's really nice when that happens and stuff. So yeah, do leave comments if you want. And also it helps me improve as a reader if I see a comment, you know, because it just helps with my skills in translation of the energy. If I know it's hit the mark or if I know it's not. Even if I know it's not, all feedback is welcome. Or you could say, oh, well, this card hit me like this, and I'll be like, oh, of course, yeah, it totally also means that. But there's only, you know, there's so much energy that comes off the card. I can only give you what I can give you in the time I've got, else we would be here 24 hours and no one's going to watch a video that long. Yeah. All right, Taurus. Thank you very much, and I will catch you next time.